What is good, YouTubers? Anthony Davis here. As you can see, I got my poster in the background. You can see it. It's Joker from, Batman, Arkham, the Arkham games and stuff. I'm not really particular. This is my first time getting posters. That's why I'm just like, why is Joker in the background? Because Joker's my favorite freaking, DC villain. So sue me, whatever. Anyway, this is gonna be my latest review for Power Rangers Super Megaforce episode number 7. Entitled A Silver Lining. Part 1. Oh, Part 1! I forgot. Yeah, this is the first two-parter in the Megaforce universe. Yes, finally we get actual character, well, not character development, but we actually get like a good, story, and there's mystery, and it's like, who is this guy, and where did he come from, and, mystery. It was actually a good mystery of who. No one knows who this ranger is. Not even I. I'm like, I didn't even know who this guy was. This episode starts off very ominously. A ship just starts crashing down to Earth, and Gosei and Tensu, they're like, I sense a disturbance. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He's thinking the Armada's attacking or something, whoever. And he's just like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck was that? Tensu, get on that shit. Now. I need to know what the fuck's going on here. The Rangers are made me sleep. Fuck. Do something. Press buttons. But I have hands, sir. Do something then, Tensu. Or something like that. Also, this is actually the first time that actually the Rangers are actually on the sidelines for a good period of time. Like the first 7 minutes, they actually don't do any fighting. Yeah, this is usually the episodes will have them fighting like constantly, like with no slowdown times. There's always action. That's the one thing I couldn't really stand about Megaforce, was that there's too much action and not enough, downtime. It would always be like a new monster shows up right 5 or 6 seconds after the episode comes on, and you're just like, the fuck. Understandably, yes, I do realize that they're fighting an Armada, and I know that they're going to send a whole bunch of armies against these guys. I can understand that. But that does not necessarily mean that we can't have any slowdown time. Like, I mean, I could give examples, like, of any season of Power Rangers where they have just, where a lot of shit is going on, but they still have downtime. You see, there's a difference between having a lot of action, but there's no slow down times at all. I mean, that's common rule. I mean, fuck. Anyway, yeah, so basically the Rangers, they're at school, and like they were talking about how they were, the teacher was talking. He mentioned that, we've faced countless disasters or things, here and there, dealing with a lot of crap and whatnot. And we still survived. We're still here. And one chick's like, thank the Power Rangers. And I was like, cool, finally, yes, they're acknowledging the Power Rangers are actually, part of, part of the help that's, trying to, protect everything. And here goes Troy again, trying to be all like the goody two-shoes guy, like, oh my god, there's no base with this guy. I like that Troy is being a good person. He's, exhibiting traits from like past Rangers and stuff, Red Rangers that are like this. But he is just so boring and dull when he says it. He's all like, no, like, with the Power Rangers, no, who was here to clean up, the Earth, the environment, and all that crap? It was us humans. And I'm just like, dude, we get it. You ain't gotta add shit onto it, man. The speech was just fine on its own. You ain't gotta bring up that shit. Just be like, okay, the Power Rangers, yes. I can understand what he was trying to do. He was basically trying to say that, yes, the Power Rangers are helping people and stuff, but it's really the humans who do the work by themselves. And I kind of really agree with that. But at the same time, like, well, I mean, the Power Rangers could help in their Ranger form too. It's just you know, there's no reason why they couldn't. Honestly, I mean, they could just help rebuild stuff. I mean, they had Zords that, you know, that could, I don't know, fix a building or something. I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's confusing. It's like, what the fuck? Sorry, I'm just like really hyper right now. I had a lot of sugar, I had soda, and I'm just like, anyway, I might put some background music in this because it's, you know, I'm trying to make my YouTube videos a little bit more better, like a little more bass, you know, because it's just kind of dull when I have any background music in the background. It's kind of like you just hear silence and stuff. I'm gonna try to do that from now on, but what I'm really gonna do is I'm trying to get me an intro, like, you know, something to like a little 15-second opening, you know, like something that won't get taken down because of copyright issues. If there's anybody out there that has like any type of like music that, you know, I can use, but I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit for it if you let me, you know, download it and just have the song playing in the background while I'm doing my review and stuff, so people won't get bored and just be like, just see me talk with nothing in the background, you know, music wise. But anyway, that's the review. Anyway, so we find out that Prince Becker is he's still being a little bratty bitch, like how Wars Guild was in, you know, Gokaiger. Keeps sending X-Borgs and not having a commander, you know, to lead them and stuff was a pretty dumb idea. Like, I mean, it kept getting beaten one after another. And Tenzu calls the Rangers while they were at school, tells them that, you know, X-Borg's attacking, you know, the usual. And there were a lot of X-Borg attacks, by the way. I mean, you could literally not count how many times that these guys actually fought. Actually, how many X-Borgs were sent down. I mean, how many times they were sent down in one episode. I mean, for God's sakes, this was like 8 or 9 times in one episode. And also, it seems that whenever the Rangers would show up, the X-Borgs were already taken down. Like, for instance, they were at the warehouse, right? A bunch of X-Borgs just like start attacking aggressively towards a bunch of construction workers. That I was like, they're just throwing motherfuckers around like, ugh, bitch, fuck you. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers are getting tense. I mean, shit, I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were just gonna like shoot them around them or something like that. But them mothers were actually like whooping the shit out of these co-workers. I'm like, damn. Construction workers. I was like co-workers, but construction workers. But I was like, damn. And then all of a sudden, like, they're all beaten, you know. I mean, it would have been better if the guy, if you know, like, they came while the guy was like helping everybody up and saying everything's okay or whatever, and he would leave. We hear his voice, but then he just zooms away. We actually got a pretty good mystery. Like, the Rangers are like, what the fuck? Like, you know, they didn't get a chance to morph for like until like maybe a quarter of the episode. Actually almost ended, and they're just like, what the fuck? Like, you know, we're showing up, but Ezra's taken down. Like, there's no one other than us that can take him out like that. And they go to the Froyo store, call again. I'm like, we get only bits and pieces of like them talking about, you know, stuff or whatever, but I do like that they actually are communicating and not have to, you know, stay in morph state for like the majority of the episode and then keep fighting and nothing else happens. No, this is actually, they actually have downtime. This is why I like this episode so much, because there's downtime. Downtime equals good episodes, in my opinion. Let's see. Attack again. This time, they go again, and they see that a bunch of people were attacked, but then they were saved, you know, by a mysterious character. And Emma asks one of them, like, "Hey, what's going on? What happened here? You know, a bunch of robot guys attacked us or whatever." And next thing you know, we see, you know, he saved us and stuff. They're like, "He? Who's he?" And they're like, the Silver Ranger. And they're like, the fuck? The Silver Ranger? Who is this Silver Ranger guy? I'm just moving my neck like crazy. I'm just like, Silver Ranger. And they were just like, wow, Silver Ranger? Like, really? And they're just baffled. Because, like, you know, if there was another Ranger, like, you know, Gosei would have mentioned it before to the other Rangers that there's another Ranger here, you know. And, you know, Decker and his minions, they're, you know, playing again. This time they're actually going to have a commander to lead this team because honestly, the Explorers get their ass kicked 10 times more when they don't have a general to or commander to lead them. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm just like, oh god, just hurry up and get to the episode where he actually just dies already. Spoiler, by the way. Not spoiler, but it will happen because, you know, if you watch Gokaiger, whatever. Just know what I just said. Anyway. Anyway, so they get another general to commander. I'm sorry, I'm saying general a lot because I like the word general because it sounds, you know, better than commander. They get a commander to lead the X-Borgs again for another attack. This time the Rangers do fight them for a while, and they manage to stop him from, you know, bombing the entire city or destroying them in the process. But then all of a sudden, like, you know, they about to attack again, and the silver guy shows up, and he's just like zooming in like all fast and stuff, and he just starts beating the shit out of all of the exports and whatnot. And then he leaves all of a sudden. It's like, why would he leave all of a sudden? He just leaves the monsters and them while he fought the exports. And so the Rangers actually turn into Lost Galaxy, and they use American footage, and they used it so well. I was just like, yes, I'm loving it. The fight was just epic. I was like, they hardly used any Sentai footage and whatsoever until like the last parts of the episode. Where Green actually uses the green Quasar Saber to strike against the monster's neck collar, which is like a force field, which produces a force field. And at the back of its neck is the weak spot. Jake didn't realize this at the time, and the monster escapes. And they are the juice bar. I'm thinking National Army from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They're at the Froyo shop, and they're talking about the weak spot or whatever. And I'm liking this so much because they actually are incorporating, you know, they're strategizing. They're not just saying like, oh well, we have to just keep on attacking. No, they actually have a plan behind this, not just going at it and see what happens. So this is why I like this episode more like some of the other early episodes of Megaforce / Super Megaforce, especially that episode, the Human Condition, where they fought against and Malcor, the commander of the Warstar ship, and Warstar aliens and stuff. To that episode, they just kept on attacking, and they didn't have a plan. They just kept on attacking, and it was annoying. And like, I'm like, you know, they needed downtime for that too, because they were fighting against, you know, the main baddie. He's not technically the main baddie, but he was the main baddie, unbeknownst to the Rangers. You know, he was the main baddie to the Rangers, but to us who have watched the Sentai and who are really watching the series, you know, closely, they notice that, you know, Vrak is the main antagonist of Megaforce. Whereas here, you know, it's Dekar, you know, being the main antagonist. Yay. Anyway, so they go again and attack and stuff, and Silver Rangers is out training. But like this point right here was Silver was actually training with a staff, you know, because if you think about it, you're like, he's using a staff, you know, hint hint, and he's just outside training and stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention one thing. Gia actually bumps into the Silver Ranger in his normal form, which you won't know until you watch the end of the episode. And he's also working at Ernie's, you know, store, which is kind of awkward because, like, you know, he's he's already got a job already. So I mean, like, you know, he didn't really. I mean, how does alien get work that easily? I'm like, you know, it took me forever to get a job, and like this alien just gets it like just like that, no background checks, nothing, just there, you have the job, yay. No, that's not how it works. Anyway, no. Also, the Rangers, you know, do try their plan when they try to destroy the net caller force field by hitting its weak point. And Silver Ranger's looking in the background. He's like, that's a little too easy. And Green actually is the one that come up with the idea to try to attack him while he's up in the tree, and while the other Rangers distract you know, the monster form. And Green goes in for the kill, but nope. Silver says, nah, nigga, nah, you can't be doing that shit. That's too easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta stop you right there. And he's like, what the fuck you doing, man? Like, he didn't say what the fuck, but he just said, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm saving your ass. And so what he does is he uses his lance to, it's actually a spear, but I'm calling it a lance anyway. He actually takes the collar off the monster's neck, and it actually detonates. And he just proceeds to beat the shit out of this monster. And he actually reveals that he has a, you know, a ranger key, and Noah is surprised, and so was other rangers. They're like, wait, he got a ranger key? How did he get that? You know, that's something that Ghosta gave us. Like, you know, if he was one of us, he would have, you know, he would have told. I mean, Ghosta would have told us that by now. But even Ghosta probably didn't know who this guy was. He probably just thinking that the same thing the other rangers thinking. Like, who's this guy? Like, where'd he come from? Who is he? So many questions, and we'll get, you know, our answers in the next episode of Super Megaforce, which is the part 2 of this episode. And he beats the monster with his final attack, and he reveals himself to the Rangers and stuff. Takes his helmet off, and you know, Jiren recognizes him and stuff. And that's the end of the episode. What I think, it was pretty good, really good episode. I think that this episode was actually way better than the premiere episode. You know, that's my opinion. Most people probably like the first episode better, but honestly, my opinion, I think this episode was pretty good. So was Noah's episode with the Blue Saber Saga. This is my favorite one. You can tell how much I like this episode because I'm actually, you know, my other videos, I'm kind of like just, you know, stuttering a lot and not really getting my words correctly and stuff. When I really like an episode, I really want to talk about it, I'll speak, you know, calm and collected. I know what I'm going to say before I say it. I'm really just winging. I have no lines. This is all just me on my perspective of the entire episode. I have no script, you know, no no takes or whatever. It's all just me right here, just me using the camera. That's it. Hopefully we'll be able to have more details on our silver friend here. Actually his name is Orion, if you look on the pages of the, if you look online, his name's gonna be on everywhere regarding the Ranger Crew stuff or anything involving Ranger information on Google or Bing or whatever. And that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Check me out. I'm actually a part of a group called Nerdy Sentai Digiranger on YouTube and Otaku Sentai Digiranger on Facebook. Check that out. I do commentary reviews with my friends in the group. Yeah, just check us out. Like, if you really like me and you like me talking about stuff with Power Rangers and stuff with people, check us out on that channel. Like, the link is down below. Go to it now. Silver Ranger commands you. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. Oh, good night, because it's like almost 10 now. Peace, Nara, and man, this episode is like 19 minutes long. Jesus Christ. I hope y'all just stay in tune and actually watch the whole thing and not just watch half of it and be like, oh, this is too long. Peace, sayonara, and y'all have a good day. I mean, good night. Did it again. Bye.